Right then folks, let's go for it. So we're back out with the Visuo, the Zen K1. Oh, let me get up here. And then what we're going to do today, we're going to have a look at some of the features. Now we have gone into some of the features in the previous video. If you haven't seen that video and you want to catch up with all the videos in this particular quadcopter series, you'll find them all in the descriptions to all of these videos. Okay, so today what we got planned? Well, we're going to do a little bit of follow me, I think. Now a lot of you use follow me. I've heard a lot of different uses for follow me. Personally, as you all know, it's not something I use. I may have a bit of a use for it coming up, but I'll have to let you know exactly how that goes if I do end up using it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just turn on follow me. So this now should allow the quadcopter, just by pushing that little transmitter icon, it should allow the quadcopter to follow me. Now it's a little bit strange when you first start off and the quadcopter goes backwards, and then it was kind of pushing itself forward a little bit. Now it seems to have stopped because I'm almost out of the frame. So no, I'm going to turn that off because that didn't go according to plan. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the quadcopter more towards my location, and then once again I'm going to hit follow me. It might go backwards a little bit and then stop, and now from this point, if I walk, being careful where I walk, it should follow me. I'm still in the frame and it's very slow. There we go. And then if I move a little bit further, it should follow me again. I'm going to still keep my eye on it. There we go. Yeah, it's following and it's turning as it flies. That's nice. Now, okay, we see that with DJI, we see that with Parrot, but you don't tend to find that you have that with a lot of these cheaper quads. What normally happens is the quad will move forward, then turn slightly, then move forward, then turn slightly, then move. Whereas this one is actively turning and moving at the same time. So let me just move around. I'm still maintaining, there we go, it's moving forward and it's turning, it's stopped, it's turning. Okay, so it does a bit of both. It does turn and move at the same time, but now it has also moved and stopped. And then turned and then carried on. So okay, that's okay. It's doing it though, folks. It's doing it. You know, I can't fault that. I'm not going to point fingers at it and say you're not doing it the way I want you to do it, because hell, it's doing it. There we go, perfect. I'm going to walk a little bit further on with this. Let's go a little bit over here. I'm going to see whether I can get it to be a little bit more fluid. So let's move around. Ow. Oh. Come on. And it's going, it's moving, it stopped. It's moving. It's still moving. It's still going. Can it go back the way that it once came, even before it has finished relaying all of the moves to follow me? Yes, it can. Hell, that's good. Right, let's stop that then. And then cancel follow, and it turns back around the other way, which was the original way it was pointing. That is nice. That is nice, which is your forward trajectory. So it's not then pointing at you, it's pointing back towards the way that you had it pointed to begin with. I like that. It's the small things, folks. It's the small things. And usually with quads, it's the small things that they forget. And they usually make such a big song and dance about the big things, and the small things are sort of left alone. Whereas this, no, you have the small things as well, which is good. Now I've got used to that 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock situation that I was talking about in the last video with the right analog stick. I've got used to that, and since I've got used to it, it's not that much of a big deal. But still, it's annoying that it's there. Just moving the angle of the camera a little bit there, just so I can see a little bit more. And the thing is, another thing as well, you fly so many quads with gimbals these days, and when you fly a quad without a gimbal, you seem to notice it a lot more. And I do, I've noticed it a lot more with this one. I've seen a lot more jello than what I usually would do, just simply because it's not gimbaled. And the thing is, you get spoilt then, don't you, by quite smooth to ultra smooth footage, and then when you don't see it, it really makes you think, oh hang on, I'm noticing that a hell of a lot more. Again, do you know what, great flyer, lovely flyer, as long as you're nice and steady on the sticks. Same as any quad really, you don't want to be jamming around left and right. Okay, let's try a little bit more distance. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to head towards the clearing. We did 130 meters last time. I'm going to raise our height, so I'm going to go again up to 20. Bring it back down a little bit there. Oh, a little bit weaving and bobbing there a little bit. Okay, so she's at 21 meters. That's good enough. Nobody in the field. Nobody in the field. Okay, good. Let's go for it. I'm only going to move her out slowly. Going to keep an eye on that FPV transmission. As soon as that FPV transmission dies or starts to, I'm going to record the distance and then I'm going to bring her back. I'm going to hopefully bring her back with a little bit of return to home is what I want to do. Okay, we're at 100 meters now. Got 30 more meters to go and stopping her flying. FPV stopped totally then. 114 meters. Still flying very strong with satellite. 16, 17. 122, 123, 124, 125. Still, as long as you take your time and the signal's got time to relay back over 130 meters, then you should be all right, which is exactly what I've done here. I've relayed very slowly these controls. Let's stop there. Let's give her a little bit of yaw, just to move her around a little bit. There we go. 147 meters. If I can get to 150, I'll be happy. 150, 153. 155. Okay, let's stop that there. Let's initiate return to home. So I'm hoping that return to home isn't going to skewer off into some crazy 50-meter high height. I can still see the quad very, very easily. So I'm going to click return to home and I'm going to see exactly what she does. Whether she does increase in height a lot. Increasing in height somehow, some height is okay, but I don't like it when the oh, there we go. She's coming back, yeah, at a rate of knots. 100 meters, 90 meters, 80 meters, 70, good God, 50. It says going home and she ain't half going home, she's going home quick. Now she's slowed down, she's bringing herself in for a nice little crawl. I'm going to move my bag again. There we go, move my bag there. Now, with this return to home, I'm hoping that it's going to be a little bit accurate. I'll give her 6 foot of difference. I don't mind that, but I don't like it when it's like, you know, 10 feet out. Then it's not good. So we got the quad above us. It's not descending yet. It's wavering at 22 meters. So I'll keep an eye out for it. 21 meters. Oh, it's just getting itself into position by the look of it, which is now hovering above my head. So if I move back to, I think it's following the transmitter more than anything. So if I go back to the helipad, I'm hoping that it's now directly above the helipad. I'm hoping it'll now start to descend at this particular position, in which case it should be pretty accurate to the helipad. It's not descending, still staying at 22 meters. Oh, now it's turning around. I'm gonna have my button on the... Good God, it's coming down quick. That dropped 5 meters, no problem. 10 meters left. Oh God, you could hear that thing was half descending. Really did half come down quick, that did. Okay. And a bit of grass cut in there. And she's off. And it disconnects return to home as well, which is nice. It doesn't just sit there beeping. So here's the helipad. There's the quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. 5 to the tip of my foot. So about 5 1/4, which to be honest with you, I'm happy with that. I think that's pretty good. That's all right. It's not terrible. It was, you could see it was trying its best to get its most accurate coordinate, because it was moving forward, moving back, it was rocking a little bit, then it had a bit of yaw just to push it over directly above the helipad, and then it went forward again, and then it went to the right again, and it was trying these really small, minute movements in order to get her above the helipad. And I appreciate that. It didn't just zoom back at a rate of knots, sort of roughly work out where it was and then lower itself. It took ages to descend, but that's good. I like that. I like a little bit of patience with that, and that's exactly what that had, and I think that worked well. I'm pretty happy with that. So we've got 3 bars left. Let's take her back up for another little one and see exactly how far. Well, we went over 150 meters, and I tell you, I lost FPV totally. I could obviously still see the quad, so when I hit return to home, the quad came back, and it wasn't until it came to about 130 meters did I have full FPV back. Fortunately, we have a very good return to home system in this quad, or exactly what I have come across with this quad is a very good return to home system. And that's all you need. You need to know that your failsafe will actually work. You know, there's so many quads that the failsafe doesn't work, or the failsafe is a little bit dicey. If everything else fails, you need to know that your return to home will, as it says, return to home. If it doesn't return to home, then obviously you've got issues. But it's great. The more I'm flying this, the more I'm actually falling in love with it. I can see this appearing on the channel a lot more as time goes on. I really can. I think this is lovely. I really like it. It's a little, you got to get used to that 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock thing with the right analog stick, but you know what? I'm really liking it. And those features as well. We only looked at follow me, we looked at return to home, we've looked at the under camera lens, we've looked at photos, we looked at videos. I'm not going to do waypoints because of that. I think I've put you folks through enough of looking at waypoints for the time being. Plus the weather, as you can see, isn't great, and I don't want it to be flying off somewhere automated and the weather for it to change. So I'm not going to be doing waypoints with this quad just yet. Maybe when the weather clears a bit and we have the really start of those nice frosty mornings, then I'll start pushing it a little bit more, and I'll start doing a bit of waypoints. But you know what? Yeah, I'm sold. I like it. I like it. Time to look at this point now. I haven't actually reviewed any of the footage I've recorded, so it's going to be good to actually review that and see exactly how that goes. So I tell you what, I think I'm going to bring her in, and I think, my friends, I'm going to call that there. Don't forget, there's a lot more videos coming this week on this quadcopter. We're going to be looking at a lot more things. If you haven't caught up with all the videos yet and you want to, then you can find all the links in the descriptions to all of the videos, and that goes for all the quads well, most of the quads on my channel. You will find quite a lot of links to a lot of the quads I've done for the past 4 months, 5 months actually, in the description. There we go. Oh, wasn't 100% as I thought. Rushed that a bit towards the end, but still, there we go. Right then, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed that, because I certainly have. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and ring that bell too. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.